Alina Habba Esquire, Donald Trump's most beautiful attorney. The courtroom is wrapped, and she says, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I hate to bring this up. I'm so embarrassed. I wish I didn't have to do it. I wish I didn't. And then she presents a tweet that I wrote about penises.
Welcome back. You're listening to Hysteria, the podcast that is about to interview one of the coolest women in media. You probably have seen our guest in the news lately for her recent win against President Donald Trump in court and her new book, Not My Type, One Woman versus a President, which she wrote entirely in secret. Oh my gosh, my friends who have written books cannot shut the hell up about it when they're writing it. So that is impressive. But before her famous lawsuit, she had a long, rich career that we are so excited to talk about. E. Jean Carroll, welcome to Hysteria.
Well, thank you very much. You know, my friends don't get tired of sending me clips from your show.
Oh,
everybody's eating you up. It's quite wonderful.
Oh.
Plus, this fucking guy, I get clips from that too. Listen, you guys are hot right now. You're hot.
Oh,
well,
E. Jean, don't mind if we do.
Let me formally invite you to participate in a future episode of This Fucking Guy. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Delightful.
I would love it.
We just roast people we don't like. We just roast people we don't like. So
heaven.
It's a lot.
Heaven.
E. Jean, we read in Not My Type that your lawyers instructed you to keep your answers very, very short. But here on Hysteria, please feel free to go on as long as your heart desires.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So, E. Jean, your latest book, Not My Type, has been out for nearly a month. Can you tell listeners about the book and what the reaction to your story has been like?
Wow. Well, the book is a high comedy about something extremely tragic, but I couldn't help myself. I mean, I wish you could have been there. Have you ever been in a courtroom?
No, blessedly.
No. Only in Law and Order.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, so they speak in a different language. They speak in a comedic language. Everything is dramatic. The defense is dramatic, and the plaintiff is dramatic, and the rules are worse than dating rules. And the characters in this particular case were such that not even Jonathan Gresham, not even this fucking guy could have dreamed up characters that I was surrounded with. It was so absurd. And so the word is funny, that I couldn't help myself. And that's what I had to write about.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think like self-serious people are always hilarious. Like,
yeah,
especially when
totally.
you're the one like encountering someone where you're like, why is this all so serious? It becomes funny to like.
It becomes funny. Alina Habba Esquire, Donald Trump's most beautiful attorney, exquisite looking, wonderfully confident, astoundingly arrogant, got up in front of the jury. After Trump, by the way, I could hear almost everything he was saying to Alina Habba Esquire, and it was usually, stand up, stop being so stupid, speak up, stand, belittling her, calling her nasty, and she would stand up and she would defend him with every ounce of what was left of her intelligence. Anyway, so she was standing up giving her final argument in front of the jury, and the jury was enraptured by Donald Trump because he was a total performance, grunting and complaining and hissing and spitting, and we could hear him saying constantly, I've never met this woman, I don't know who she is. And then he'd say to Alina Habba, stand up. So Alina Habba's giving her final argument. She's wearing a diamond ring as big as a Ritz cracker. She's wearing a baby blue, well, sort of an electric blue suit. Her heels were baby blue with big bows. She's, by the way, the acting attorney general right now of New Jersey, and keep your eyes on her, and she is going to run for office, and watch out. So she's giving her final argument, her final defense of Donald Trump, who's sitting there with his hair all done up like Tippi Hedren in The Birds and this marmalade shade makeup, and the courtroom is wrapped, and she says, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I hate to bring this up. I'm so embarrassed. I wish I didn't have to do it. I wish I didn't. And then she presents a tweet that I wrote about penises. This is in New York City. She thinks the New Yorkers are going to go nuts. They all have penises, by the way. Half the people in the room had penises. The judge had a penis. Everybody had a penis. And so, it was... So it was, that was a serious thing that she was arguing. She was arguing to defend the former president against defamation. That was her deal. Very serious. Is that not,
It's batshit.
Yeah, exactly. It's official court transcript. So to me, it was so delicious. And, and of course we kept it quiet. We kept the book quiet. We didn't say... We had them locked. Those books were locked in an office in St. Martin's. I thought, I never even had a copy. I wanted to shin up the side of the building and climb in a window to get a copy of the damn book. But, it was truly kept a secret. So when it dropped, it was a surprise.
Mm-hmm. Your career in journalism began when you were 37. How did you get your start, and what were you doing up to that point?
The whole time up to that point, I was trying to get into magazines. I was just I started pitching magazines at the age of 12. I wrote to a Sears and Roebuck catalog that I had a story idea. It was about a girl who cut out pictures of the clothes she liked in the Sears and Roebuck catalog, and when they arrived, they were real clothes. Isn't that a cute story?
Yeah. That is a cute story.
And ever since that, from age 12, I just besieged the big New York magazines with my story ideas for 25 years. Took 25 years for somebody to finally say, okay, here, we'll take it. Thank you. Yeah. So, I was just trying to be a journalist up to that time.
E. Jean, once you became a journalist, you famously chewed acid with Hunter S. Thompson and became the first female contributing editor at Playboy. However, I am dying to know about your first cover story, which was for Outside Magazine in 1983 when you took Fran Lebowitz camping. Now, I love her and was able to find old photos of this article. And for listeners who aren't as acquainted with Fran as we are, here's a quote from the article. "There may be plenty of places Fran would like to wake up in, but this tent is not one of them." Can you please tell us the story of getting Fran to go camping? Was it your idea to take Fran camping?
I got the idea to take Fran camping because Fran Lebowitz appeared in Vogue magazine in a photo by Annie Leibovitz. And Fran is a famous conversationalist. She is our Oscar Wilde. She is a New York icon and possibly the country. Many people came to New York because they read Fran Lebowitz and they wanted to be Fran Lebowitz. So there's Fran Lebowitz in Vogue. I'm out in Montana in a pump house on a cot, just mesmerized. And I'm thinking, oh. And I look at the photograph. It's Fran on the phone, right? And she's on a dial phone, of course. This is 1980. And I look at the phone, and I could see the phone number. And I thought, oh, wow. So I get in the car, and I drive to the laundromat because I didn't have a phone, of course. That's how deep we are in Montana. I called Fran Lebowitz's agent, Mort Janklow, the world's most famous agent. I said, hello, I'm E. Jean Carroll. I'd like to take Fran Lebowitz camping. He didn't get done laughing. It was just, how much are you going to pay her? I said, wait, no, I'm a journalist. We don't pay. He hung up. So then I just called Fran Lebowitz herself. I said, Miss Lebowitz, this is E. Jean Carroll. You have no idea who I am, but I would like to take you camping for Outside Magazine. And Fran said, oh, when? I said, how about the weekend of naming? She said, sure, yeah, okay. She
That's
had
how it
never
happened.
And we took her camping. Fran, who described the outside as the blazing sun you have to walk through from her apartment to the cab, that was Fran Lebowitz's, and it was sensational. It was a great cover. We won the National Magazine Award that year.
So, but Eugene, I read a couple interesting things. So one, I read that you grilled steaks. Who brought steaks from Lobel's? That was the most interesting bit I read, because Lobel's is like, I'm like, did Fran bring the steaks from Lobel's? Like the fanciest butcher in New York City.
Boy, I have never heard that. You probably
yeah.
got that from Fran. Fran has given that sounds like straight out of Fran Lebowitz.
And so here's another question. I also read that you had to redo some of the photos, and she refused to go back into the woods, and she wanted the woods to just make Washington Square Park look like the woods.
No, we did. We shot in Tompkins Square Park.
Oh.
Right, and there's Fran sitting in front of the tent, by the way, and you know, her camel hair coat, her Shetland sweater, her sweater, and her loafers. Fran has always, if you look at the Scorsese documentary and she's walking through New York, it's the same outfit she's wearing exactly. She's wearing the loafers, the camel hair coat, the Shetland sweater. She is an icon of fashion in New York. Have you seen Fran in her tuxedos?
Yes.
So we shot at George Butler.
Yeah.
Who opens the book. I got to say, I opened the book with Alina Haba Esquire asking me to name my lovers. Oh my God. What a way to open okay. So anyway, he was on the list, and he got that great shot. It became an iconic shot. And she's great. And I've heard she's given an interview lately. She said she went camping because she knew it would be on the cover. That's
wow.
Fran. That's
Have
Fran.
you guys stayed in touch?
No, but we send well wishes to each other through friends. You know.
Good.
Hysteria is brought to you by Amnesty International USA. Look, here's the thing. If you're fired up and ready to fight back against cruel anti-human rights policies like Trump's mass deportation campaign, which violates due process, separates families, and puts people in danger, Amnesty International is right there with you.
For over 6 decades, Amnesty International has been on the front lines of protecting human rights from bullies and bad guys. Amnesty International doesn't take a dime from governments for their campaigning and research. That means they're independent and they speak truth to power no matter who's in charge. So, if you believe in truth, accountability, and not letting Trump-style cruelty slide, head to amnestyusa.org/help. Your donation is tax deductible, and right now it'll be triple matched. That's amnestyusa.org/help.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. Ooh, Alyssa, what are your thoughts on workplace stress?
It's not good.
Okay, what's the most, without pointing fingers or making anyone feel bad, have you ever had a job that stressed you out so much that you were like, my mental health is on the brink?
Absolutely.
What did you do about it?
I quit.
That's a good way.
I had no choice. I mean, I had no choice. I had to be medicated 7 ways to Sunday to deal with the stress that this place was giving me. And I did that. I took the medicine. I knew the medicine wasn't going to solve the problem, but I left because I knew that no one was interested in solving the problems. Right? That was very clear to me. So,
well, 61% of the global workforce experiences higher than normal levels of stress, apparently, because of their work. To battle stress, most of us can't just wave goodbye to work. Like, I couldn't quit my most stressful job because I needed it to live, right?
Right.
But we can start small with a focus on wellness. Actually, the last like horrible, stressful time in my job, I had a therapist that I talked to. Didn't fix the problem, but fixed my feelings about the problem.
There you go.
You know what I mean? And like sometimes that's all you really can do is just fix the way that you're processing what is happening and understand that you can't necessarily fix the thing itself. Well, BetterHelp is a great option if you're experiencing work-related stress and you would like to be connected with a therapist in order to develop that skill set as well. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally.
and it works with an App Store rating of 4.9 out of 5 based over 1.7 million client reviews. It's convenient too. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. Plus, You can switch therapists at any time. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/hysteriapod. That's better, HELP.com/hysteriapod.
I just have a question for Erin. Did you go to Notre Dame or St. Mary's?
I went to Notre Dame.
Love it. I love it.
Why?
Because we're both Indiana.
Oh, really? Are you from Indiana?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
What
I'm
town?
from Indiana. And you went to you went to Notre Dame.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm from Wisconsin. I'm
Wisconsin.
actually representing
Same difference.
It's all kind of one landmass, and I'm from like northern Wisconsin, which might as well be part of the Upper Peninsula.
Wow.
But,
Okay.
yeah, Midwestern girls.
Midwestern. And listen, where were you raised?
Upstate New York.
That's right. And you live now. You have an upstate place.
I do.
People don't realize how beautiful upstate New York is.
They don't know.
I feel like it's kind of it's not a secret to people who live in New York City, but I think like outside of the kind of tri-state area, people don't know how beautiful it is. I lived in New York for like 7 years.
I know. Well, you had a big New York career too.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
we should be talking about you guys.
Come on.
Really?
No,
Come
Eugene,
on. No.
Eugene, I gotta say, like you were. I used to write for Jezebel, the website. In,
I
like,
know.
2010. Right. You were like iconic in the newsroom. Like you would put out an Ask Eugene column. Like we all just absolutely ate you up. We just like love you so much. How was Ask Eugene born?
Amy Gross had been reading my Esquire and Playboy stories, and I think Erin and I share a history at Playboy. And she asked me out to. She had just been handed Elle magazine. The French tried to do Elle magazine in America, and they just didn't get it because their line was, American women don't like to read. And Amy Gross took over as editor, and she wanted to prove to the French, who owned Elle at the time, that American women do like to read. And she took me out to lunch. She said, how would you like to write an advice column? And it was like I had dropped from the top of the Empire State Building into a vat of honey. It was my lifelong dream. I grew up reading on the living room floor as my parents had their evening cocktails. I would be reading Dear Abby. In the morning, I'd be reading Ann Landers. That formed my character. I loved it. I recognized instantly as a child that it was a form of entertainment. We're not talking literature. It was entertainment, but she helped people. And so did her sister, Ann Landers. And I'm like, they're sisters, they're twins. I was like, so Amy Gross said, would you like it? And boy, God, did I have fun writing that. It's so fun. You just read a letter, you figure out what the correspondent wants to do, and then you tell her to go do it. Go do it. Do it. What are you asking me for? Do it. Go. Right? That's it.
Oh, man, that is so funny. Are there any letters from the Ask Eugene column that are particularly memorable to you, that stick out as something that you were either really proud of or like stumped by?
Well, number one, looking back over 27 years, I'd change half the answers now. I can't stand reading my advice from before. Oh, have times changed? That's the main thing that sticks out of me. I'd go back and re-answer some of these questions. But you know what? It makes no difference. If people follow my advice, it may turn out brilliantly. If they don't follow my advice, it may turn out even better. After I turn in a column and answer it, I would sit in bed and worry about the people I advise, because, you just worry. You want them, because they're terrible situations. People, being beaten up and pregnant and don't have a job. Terrible thing. So. I still was worried about a woman whose boyfriend beat up her dog, and I advised her to get the hell out. And guess what? I heard from her 17 years later. She had gotten out.
Wow.
The dog got out with her, and she sent a picture of she and the dog. It was 17 years later, so he had passed on. But her life went on to become happy.
Eugene, with all the years you spent doling out advice, do you have any bigger takeaways about what the problems are that plague us all?
Yes, I have the exact answer to that. The problem is plaguing us all Donald J. Trump. That is what is plaguing us all.
Frankly, correct.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
all he does is think about himself, and therefore everybody around him thinks about him, and therefore we are doing very little but thinking about him. And he is our biggest problem.
Yeah, I mean, we're right with you. Okay, nobody has a resume like you, Eugene. Miss Cheerleader USA,
Ho!
SNL, successfully suing Trump twice, and one of the longest advice columns in the history of America. What is next for you?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, because I'm going to get your opinion, and I'm going to be quoting you, okay?
Oh, no, I get to give you advice. So I'm going to listen. I'm going to figure out what you want me to say, and I'm going to say it to you.
Good, because this is right up Alyssa and Erin's alley. It's because Donald Trump is such a troublemaker, and he's pulling our little tiny democracy apart by the seams. What I want to do is I have been harping on people to get off your lazy asses, and that does no good. It does no good because our fellow citizens are despondent, right? And when you tell them to get off their lazy asses, they don't know what to do. And it's not their fault. We don't have a leader. We're waiting for one. We should got to stop waiting for a leader, because guess what? We are the leader. Mm-hmm. We are. Alyssa is a leader. Erin's a leader. I'm a leader. So here's my idea. We designate one day at an exact hour, the exact day, and we all get on social media. That's easy. We don't have to leave the house. We don't even have to stand up. And we all tweet, message the same thing at the same time, the same hour, the same day. Alyssa, what would you suggest we all tweet at the same time across the country at the same hour?
Release the files.
I was going to
Okay,
say Epstein didn't kill himself. That was going to be
The file. And Erin, you say Epstein didn't kill himself?
that's what we should all tweet.
Okay, you get the point. This is why we're going to do it. It's so simple.
I mean, everyone just would have to log on at the same time. It's not that hard. Or you can.
Not that
I
hard.
think some like posting clients allow you to schedule tweets. I think.
Well, it doesn't even have to tweet. If you want to do it on Facebook, go ahead. You want to do it on Instagram, go ahead. Just get your choose your message, and that way we hit it across everything. You can do it on True Social. Boom. Hey, will you back this? Will you back this idea? Because I'm going to need powerhouses like the two of you on Hysteria and fuck this guy to back this idea. This is how we're going to get it going.
I think it's a great idea. I think you should put it in your Substack.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell them to watch my Substack. All right. So then you're going to be hearing from me, and you'll have to put it on your podcast a week before or 3 days before.
We promise.
I love this. We're doing some community organizing live.
Yeah.
But digitally.
No,
In
that's
real
what we're
time.
doing, because aren't you sick of everybody doing nothing? We're waiting for something to happen. And this is so simple. They just have to get on their phones. That's it. They don't even have to get off their lazy asses.
I mean, let's make that the tagline. You don't even have to get off your lazy asses. Eugene.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
agree.
joining us.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Love
Well,
you so much. You're a delight, I gotta say.
Thank you for rabble rousing with me. This is, listen, it's been a real joy just to look at the two of you and remember everybody texting me about Hysteria. And now I can say, hey, dudes, look, here I am on Hysteria.
Oh,
okay.
Eugene Carroll, thank you so much
Eugene.
for joining us. You can read her writing on her Substack. You can check out her book. She has just, you can live an entire life of reading Eugene Carroll for the rest of it, because there's a lot that she's written out there, and it is all wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Hysteria is brought to you by Fatty 15. How important is healthy aging to me? It's important, because I don't want to feel like crap as I get older. And I don't
Yeah.
want to look like crap as I get older.
I want to walk straight and want my mind to work.
Want a brain that is not broken. I want a face that still, is okay. I want an okay face.
I want some bones with life left in them.
I want some bones. I don't want to be like breaking my hip
No.
I don't want to be doing that.
Let's put that off as long as possible.
No, put the really awful parts of aging off as long as possible. I am so excited to share with you guys C15 from Fatty 15, the first emerging essential fatty acid to be discovered in more than 90 years. It's an incredible scientific breakthrough to support our long-term health and wellness, and you guessed it, healthy aging.
Fatty 15 co-founder Dr. Stephanie Van Watson discovered the benefits of C15 while working with the U.S. Navy to continually improve the health and welfare of aging dolphins.
Do dolphins get Botox?
God bless. I don't know what they got. But
I've never seen a dolphin that wasn't just silky smooth. I've never seen frown lines on a
we're
dolphin.
getting silkier smooth from Fatty 15. Based on over 100 studies, we now know the C15 strengthens our cells and is a key healthy aging nutrient, which helps to slow biological aging at the cellular level. In fact, when our cells don't have enough C15, they become fragile and age faster. And when our cells age, our bodies do too. Thankfully, Fatty 15 repairs age-related damage to cells, protects them from future breakdown, and activates pathways in the body that help regulate our sleep, cognitive health, and natural repair mechanisms that support our overall health.
Best of all, Fatty 15 comes in a gorgeous reusable glass or bamboo jar, and refills are shipped right to your door. You know what? I've gotten to an age where I refuse to take things that do not come in a gorgeous jar.
I need a gorgeous jar.
Get that ugly effing jar out of my face.
Full of jars.
I want a gorgeous, reusable glass and bamboo jar. Fatty 15 is on a mission to optimize your C15 levels to help support your long-term health and wellness, especially as you age. You can get an additional 15% off their 90-day subscription starter kit by going to fatty15.com/hysteria and using code hysteria at checkout.
Hysteria is brought to you by Article. Erin, you have a new Article dining room table, don't you? Dining room chairs?
Dining room chairs. I think they're called Meja, M-E-J-A, Meja, and they're like black. They have a black like leather cushions and like a dark walnut wood, and they're kind of like this mid-century mod inspired design. And
You love a dark walnut.
I love a dark walnut. Well, everything's dark walnut in my house. It's like might as well match. You don't want a bunch of different colors of wood.
No, that's what I'm saying. You love a dark walnut.
I love a dark walnut. But yeah, it's great. I love them. They are a great size. They actually push under the table, which my other chairs didn't do. And now that I have chairs that push under the table, I feel like I have way more space. I love them. They feel solid. Yeah. I feel like I have way more space. They're solid. They're pretty. No complaints. Right?
Right. Article makes it effortless to create a stylish, long-lasting home at an unbeatable price. And they take great care in curating its collection, focusing solely on high-quality, meaningful pieces that will stand the test of time. There's no filler. Every item is chosen for its craftsmanship, design, and lasting value. You can immediately tell the difference in quality when you receive an Article piece. Article offers fast, affordable shipping across the U.S. and Canada with options for professional assembly if you prefer a hands-off experience. Have a question or need help with your design choices? Article's customer care team is available 7 days a week, offering knowledgeable support and even free interior design services to help you get your home just right. And with Article's 30-day satisfaction guarantee, you can shop with confidence knowing that if you're not completely in love with your new furniture, you can easily return it. This peace of mind ensures you can invest in your home without hesitation.
Article is offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. To claim, visit article.com/hysteria and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout. That's article.com/hysteria for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. All right, now let's get to Sani Petty. I have a Sani and it's super weird and I don't think you're going to predict what it is. Okay. So my 3-year-old daughter is really into this show on Disney Junior called Spidey and His Amazing Friends. I hate the show. I can't with the show because it's not for me. I'm not a 3-year-old. I'm not into it's just not for me. But the soundtrack of Spidey and His Amazing Friends does not need to go as hard as it does. And the reason that it goes hard, like we listen to it when we're like on our way home from her preschool or whatever. The soundtrack was basically vocalized by Patrick Stump. Now, I don't know if you know who Patrick Stump is. Patrick Stump is a lead singer of Fall Out Boy. So he he does the theme song of Spidey and His Amazing Friends and a bunch of other like songs for the different characters and stuff. And it honestly sounds like all of those songs would be at home on a Fall Out Boy album from like my formative years. So like I hear it and it's just like he's really like he's giving his artistry to this like child's cartoon soundtrack.
Wow.
He really, it's like so inspiring to see this guy who's probably like middle-aged now. He's still like a super talented vocalist. He's like, it just like does not need to go as hard as it does. And I texted one of my friends who has some kids that are into Spidey and his amazing friends too, like a lot of kids are. And she and I were like, it does not need to be as good as it is. Like, I don't want to listen to it when I'm relaxing, but like if I'm driving I'm driving home from school and I like hear his vocals being like spin, 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 da 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 da. It's like, this is good shit.
You get a little head bop going.
I appreciate people making like high quality music of like a specific genre that is like appropriate for kids. It's just like, I don't know. The Spidey and His Amazing Friends soundtrack is saving me from having to listen to much, much worse music for children. And for that, I'm very grateful to Fall Out Boy lead singer Patrick Stump.
Erin, it's like
he's a true musician. That's a true musician.
It's like when I was a baby, my parents got to listen to the Muppets, and that was like Elton John. Like the soundtrack of the Muppets was adult. So it's kind of like following in that framework.
Yes, it absolutely is. It feels like, I feel like, my daughter like loves it. Like and I played some Fall Out Boy for her, and she was like, it's the Spidey guy. Like, so I feel like someday she's going to listen to Fall Out Boy and be like, I like this music, you know? And like, it's not my very favorite genre of music, but it's just like, he's really good at it. For the genre, he's really good at it, and he made like something good that doesn't make me want to gouge my eyes and ears out. So thank you.
I love that for you.
Thank you. All right, Alyssa, Sanity Corner or I Feel Petty this week?
Sanity Corner. It's all we've got. We have to stay sane.
Okay.
Lena Dunham's back, and her new show is good.
Oh, good.
Too Much. That's the name of the show. It's on Netflix. I am up to episode 7. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I have to tell you, I'm sure this is not the part of the show that everybody else loves. There's a Grey Gardens element to this show that is exceptional. Ooh. You've got Rhea Perlman is the grandmother. Uh-huh. Rita Wilson is the mother. Okay. Lena is the oldest sister, and Meg Stalter is the younger sister. But the 3 elders have a real sort of Lena doesn't really get out of bed in the show.
Good for her.
She's a little unwell. She has a son in the show. Andrew Rawls is back as her. This was my favorite part.
Love
Andrew
that.
Rawls comes back. He's her ex-husband. Mm-hmm. And it is just, the writing is so good. It's so unlike anything that we have like been force fed in streaming. It's almost shocking that it got made. Like when you watch it, you'll be like, wow, good for Netflix. I just, I really enjoyed it. And I'm glad Lena's back. I hope she's got more shows in her.
Lena Dunham got so much heat when she was because she was under such a microscope when Girls was out, and it wasn't a perfect show, but like no show like written by and for and starring mostly men would have been critiqued the way that her show was.
Totally.
Like, and I think we all clock that at this point. Girls is so good as a rewatch. Our associate producer Claire has been watching Girls
for the first time.
Yes, and it's so funny because like I feel like such an elder when I'm like, you know what? I lived that life. I was living in Brooklyn at that time. Me
too.
I lived it.
I lived the final seasons of Girls. I was in Brooklyn, but one favorite thing of mine, one favorite memory, is that it was on Sunday nights when we were in the White House. So you guys should ask Dan Pfeiffer. Dan Pfeiffer and I used to every Monday morning get together and talk about what had happened on Girls the night before. And the only episode, and our friend Kathy Rumler, and the only episode that we were all like, we cannot discuss it, was when Hannah Horvath had OCD and like took the Q-tips to the ears.
That's the one I can't talk about.
That morning we came in, we were like, nope, we're not talking about it. But we loved to talk about it. And they actually shot it when I was at Vice in Williamsburg. They actually shot a couple scenes, and I was like, you know, it's a great
You're living
show.
it. You were living it.
I was living it. I had purple hair.
You know, have you and Dan Pfeiffer talked about Lena Dunham's new show yet?
No, we have not talked about the new show yet.
You need to revive the tradition.
Well, of course we are, but I had to get a couple. I only started watching it like 2 days ago.
Okay.
I had to get an opinion under my belt.
I'm gonna have to put that one on my list because like there's so many times that I'm like led astray by shows where people are like, no, it's so good, and I watch it and I'm like, this is dumb. None of the things the characters are doing makes any sense. Like,
no, it's weird.
Like all
the show's weird. It's like, but for me to say it's weird and still like it, it means it's got something to it.
Yeah, no, and Lena Dunham, I think if anything, she is great at writing characters and putting them in funny situations, and then have the characters behave in ways that only those characters would behave. She's like, oh, I have to check it out. Can't wait.
She also, Lena, worth checking out. Lena makes an appearance on the Girls Rewatch podcast. And it's a very insightful and interesting interview, actually.
Interesting. I have one like real quick petty to tag on. So,
what?
Listeners, if you made it all the way in the show, I'm just going to reward you with some inside info. We recorded a new This Fucking Guy this week, and it's coming out later this month. And the subject of This Fucking Guy, here's something I'm feeling petty about. The subject of this month's This Fucking Guy keeps having embarrassing, dumb stories come out about them. And I'm like, oh, we can't include it. Like, there's one, this person was using an artist's work without their permission.
Oh, yeah. I had to think about it. I'm like, wait, who did we do yesterday?
Yeah. Oh my God, my whole life has been taken over by this person. Everything I've got it in the brain. I was like, oh my God, I had a dream.
What?
I had a dream that I was at her house.
Giveaway.
I know.
Easter egg.
I had a
little
dream.
clue.
I had a dream that there was a thunderstorm and I got stranded at her house, and it was really awkward because the video had come out, and she was like, "You said all these mean things about me." And
They were true, though.
they were true.
Fact check to fuck. It was all true.
It's all true. But anyway, like the thing that I'm feeling petty about is like stuff keeps coming out about her, and I'm like, God damn it. That would have been a great thing to include.
We can do an update. We can do an update here.
This
when it
fucking
comes out.
update when it comes
This
out.
fucking update.
For sure. Alyssa, thank you so much for being my ride or die this week. And every single week, we also want to thank E. Jean Carroll for being a goddamn national treasure.
Best.
Please go out and buy her book and read her work. She's just so funny and she's like a spark plug. I just love her.